A wooden post can look perfectly solid above the ground and still be almost hollow where the soil meets the wood. That narrow band is where rainwater, damp soil, oxygen, and fungi keep meeting again and again. And once decay gets established, replacing the post is usually only a matter of time. But lately, a very different claim has been spreading online, that a cheap white powder, mixed with water, can protect wood for decades, sometimes with claims as extreme as 80 years. The strange part is that the powder is real. The method is real. It was used on barns, sheds, and other structures long before modern exterior paint became common. And the U.S. National Park Service still documents the same basic material today. But does it really make wood last 80 years? To answer that, we need to separate an old preservation technique from a modern internet promise. Because what this material actually does is more interesting than the myth. The powder is hydrated lime, also called slaked lime, calcium hydroxide. Mix it with water and you get the foundation of one of the oldest building finishes still in use, limewash, often called whitewash in traditional American buildings. For generations, limewash was cheap, simple, and made from materials that could be obtained almost anywhere. The National Park Service describes it as both an aesthetic and practical coating. On unpainted buildings, limewash can slow the deterioration of wood and masonry caused by weather. It can help rainwater run down the exterior instead of soaking in as easily, while still allowing trapped moisture to move back out. That last part matters, because the biggest enemy of outdoor wood is not simply water touching the surface. It is wood staying wet for too long. Wood decay fungi need several things at the same time: food, oxygen, a suitable temperature, and enough moisture. The wood itself provides the food. The air provides the oxygen. In many climates, the temperature is suitable for long periods of the year. So moisture becomes the variable that owners can actually control. Research summarized by the U.S. Forest Products Laboratory makes the pattern clear. Below roughly 20% wood moisture content, decay is not expected to progress. Above roughly 30%, conditions can become very favorable for decay. Between those numbers is a gray zone, where exposure time, temperature, and the species of fungus all matter. That explains why a board can survive an occasional rainstorm and still last for years, while another piece of the same wood rots quickly when it is trapped against wet soil. The problem is not one wet afternoon. The problem is moisture that cannot escape. And that is where limewash behaves differently from many coatings people imagine when they hear the word paint. Modern paint usually forms a polymer film. Limewash forms a mineral finish. When hydrated lime is exposed to carbon dioxide in the air, it gradually carbonates, turning back toward calcium carbonate, essentially a thin mineral layer. The National Park Service describes that curing process as creating a tough finish. But the coating is also vapor permeable. In practical terms, that means it can shed some liquid water while still allowing moisture vapor inside the material to escape. That does not make the wood waterproof, and it does not make the wood immortal. What it can do is make the surface less friendly to the conditions that encourage mildew, weathering, and rot. This is also why old lime-washed structures have such a distinctive appearance. The finish is not a thick plastic shell. It becomes part of the visual texture of the material beneath it. And historically, people kept modifying the recipe. The basic formula can be almost comically simple: hydrated lime and water. But old recipes added whatever local builders believed improved adhesion, workability, or water resistance. The National Park Service records historic additions, including milk solids, or casein, oils, pine rosin, tallow, molasses, and salt. That sounds like a pantry more than a paint shop, but there was a reason for it. Casein can act as a binder. Oils and resins can change water resistance. molasses, and other additives were used in regional recipes. Salt was sometimes included to change drying and durability. The important point is that there was never one universal secret formula. Limewash was a family of finishes. In fact, the National Park Service's Preservation Laboratory tested multiple traditional and modified limewash recipes on weathered wood, rough-sawn wood, and masonry because different formulations behave differently. So when someone says there is one magical white powder recipe that works on every species of wood, in every climate, for 80 years, that is where the history ends and the exaggeration begins. Here is the part almost every viral version skips. There is no credible evidence that one cheap surface coating of hydrated lime guarantees 80 years of service life for any piece of wood. Wood durability depends on the species, climate, design, moisture exposure, whether the wood touches soil, insects, maintenance, and the treatment itself. And when researchers want to measure extreme service life, they do not rely on an old barn and guess how long the coating lasted. They put treated and untreated wood into severe test sites and inspect it for decades. The U.S. Forest Products Laboratory has done exactly that. At a high decay, high termite site in southern Mississippi, untreated southern pine posts in one long-term study lasted only about 2 years. Some posts treated with proven commercial preservatives had estimated service lives exceeding 60 years. That is a massive difference. But those were not posts brushed with $1's worth of lime. They were treated with preservatives designed to penetrate the wood and survive ground contact. That distinction is crucial. Imagine two pieces of the same pine. One is the siding of a barn, where rain hits it and then air can dry it. The other is a fence post buried in damp soil. Those pieces live in completely different environments. For fences and other wood that touches the ground, Forest Products Laboratory guidance recommends wood with deep preservative treatment, preferably pressure-treated for below-ground use, or naturally decay-resistant heartwood where appropriate. A surface coating is not the same thing as deep preservative treatment. That means Limewash can be interesting for exposed, unpainted wood above ground. It should not be sold as a substitute for properly rated ground contact lumber. And there is another viral shortcut worth mentioning: burning the outside of a post. Traditional charred finishes are real, and modern researchers are studying charred wood again. But a Forest Service study found that surface charring did not prevent subterranean termites from finding and infesting wood. So neither fire nor lime is a magic force field. Wood preservation works when the treatment matches the exposure. This is where the old method becomes useful again. On suitable unpainted exterior wood, especially rough or weathered surfaces, Limewash can be a low-cost sacrificial finish. It takes the sun, rain, and surface wear first. As it weathers, it can be renewed. It remains breathable instead of trapping moisture behind an impermeable layer. And because the main mineral is inexpensive, the material cost can be very low compared with many modern coatings. That does not mean it is maintenance-free. The National Park Service notes one reason Limewash declined in popularity. Labor became more expensive, while modern materials became more durable and convenient. So the real economic argument is not apply it once and forget it for 80 years. The argument is that a simple mineral coating can be renewed without turning the surface into a thick stack of peeling paint films. For the right building, that can be an advantage. The traditional process begins with the correct material, hydrated lime, intended for an appropriate building application, not quicklime, and not a random garden product simply because the bag says lime. The powder is dispersed in water to create a thin wash. Historic preservation work often uses multiple thin coats rather than one heavy coat. That matters because Limewash needs to cure and carbonate. A thick layer that tries to behave like conventional paint defeats much of the point. The surface also matters. Limewash performs very differently on bare, porous material than it does over a sealed modern coating. That is why preservation professionals test the substrate and the recipe instead of assuming every wall or board will react the same way. And before anyone copies a century-old recipe containing salt, oil, milk, or some other additive, there is a better rule. Know why the ingredient is there. The National Park Service's own durability research found that additives can change performance, and a recipe that is useful on one material may be inappropriate on another. Old does not automatically mean perfect. It means there is something worth understanding. There is also one reason not to treat hydrated lime like flour. Calcium hydroxide is caustic. NIOSH lists eye, skin, and respiratory irritation among its hazards, including the possibility of burns. So handling the dry powder requires appropriate eye protection, skin protection, and dust control. You do not want a cloud of hydrated lime in your face. And if a video presents this as a harmless kitchen mixture that anyone should stir with bare hands, that is another sign that the demonstration is skipping important information. Cheap does not mean harmless. After all of this, the most important lesson is not actually about lime. It is about moisture. If you want outdoor wood to last, the first question should be, where will the water go? Can rain drain away? Can the end grain dry? Is the board held above the soil? Are joints designed so water does not sit inside them? Is the species naturally durable? And if the wood must touch the ground, is it treated for ground contact? A coating can help. A preservative can help much more in the right exposure. But no finish can permanently rescue a design that keeps wood wet. That is why some old buildings survived for generations, while newer pieces of lumber can fail surprisingly quickly. The survivors usually combine several advantages: repairable construction, ventilation, drainage, suitable materials, and regular maintenance. Limewash was one part of that system. Not magic, a system. So, can a $1 powder make wood last 80 years? Not as a guarantee. The number is too simple for a material as variable as wood. But the cheap white powder behind the claim is not fake. Hydrated lime has a real, documented history as the basis of Limewash. The National Park Service says Limewash can slow weather-related deterioration of unpainted wood, help surfaces shed rain, and allow trapped moisture to escape. Preservation researchers have tested Limewash formulations on weathered and rough-sawn wood. And the chemistry behind the finish is still the same chemistry builders used long before modern paint existed. The useful lesson is better than the viral claim. For exposed wood above ground, an old breathable mineral finish may still make sense. For wood in the soil, use a treatment designed for ground contact. And for any piece of wood, keep it dry whenever you can. Because the cheapest way to fight rot has never been a miracle powder. It has always been stopping the conditions that let rot begin. If you want, the next experiment can be even more extreme. The cheap concrete repair that claims to turn a leaking crack waterproof. Because that one has been exploding online too. And the difference between a clever repair and a very expensive mistake can be only a few millimeters.